The well-known TV personality, experienced customizer and ex-warrior is still going well. True motorcycle fans are enthralled with the sound of their strong motorcycles rumbling down the open road, their engines screaming and the wind in their hair. However, they don't simply ride motorcycles, they also adore them. It permeates every aspect of their existence. In an effort to promote this way of life, a rising number of motorcycle events with unique themes have developed over the last several decades. These exhibits, whether based on truth or fiction, brilliantly capture the exhilaration, independence, and rush of riding a bike. By giving bikers and non-riders alike a close-up view of the exceptional allure of the sport, they demonstrate why riding is unquestionably fantastic. This documentary program provides an inside look at the inner workings of Orange County Choppers, a prominent custom motorcycle manufacturing business with its headquarters located in Montgomery, New York at the time. The team's amazing workmanship is on full display, and viewers are further captivated by the compelling conflicts, drama, and difficulties that come with operating a family-owned company. If you don't know anything about Teutul Senior Relocation, you probably didn't know that Discovery published the special episode, The Last Raid, in the middle of 2020 after American Chopper was cancelled in 2019. The hour-long show centered on Paul and his son Paul Jr., who joined forces with Orange County Chopper and Paul Jr. Designs for the first time in 10 years. They also had to deal with a lot of obstacles brought on by the impending destruction of Paul Senior's company's garage. While long-standing viewers of the show were undoubtedly delighted to see Father and Son collaborate on television once again, very few could have predicted the significant and unanticipated changes that would soon occur for Paul Sr. and his store at that time. It turns out that Orange County Choppers will be relocating from its original garage to St. Petersburg in late 2020, in addition to Paul Sr.'s planned relocation from New York to Florida. As Paul Sr. said, a variety of other factors also played a role in the decision to move to early 2021. In addition to other factors like taxes and the greater sense of freedom he felt in Florida, he saw that the bike business in its peak in Florida seemed to be more profitable than in previous New York, where even the riding season was shorter. In any case, let's hope Paul Sr. makes a wise business choice by taking this sort of risk. Past occurrences may portend future issues. An important turning point in the situation was Paul Sr.'s choice to terminate Paul Jr. due to the men's contracts requiring them to attend the event. The whole brawl has resulted in legal issues. Paul Sr. chose to disregard these cautions despite his obstinacy until TLC informed him that production would be halted. Paul Sr. began cooperating at that point, and the firing process eventually continued. Another pivotal event in the rivalry between the senior and junior teams occurred after this significant occurrence. Paul Jr.'s father was able to obtain him out of Orange County Choppers according to the contract. Paul Jr. may not be able to make an appearance on the program at all as a result of this vulnerability, which would heighten the drama surrounding their dispute. Paul Senior rationally decided to take advantage of the loophole, considering the upheaval his son was causing at home. As a result, Paul Senior took over full command of the business and made the surprising choice to fire his son. Even more concerning is the fact that Paul Senior sued him for an absurd $1 million. Yes, there is a serious competition amongst the families there. Thankfully, Paul Jr. prevailed in that particular instance. Even when the lawsuit was eventually resolved, their personal affairs remained unresolved. Paul Jr. left the program because his relationship with his father and his kid was becoming strained. It was probably a good thing that they decided they could no longer work together. Paul Sr. said that Orange County Choppers will relocate to Florida by the end of 2020. He also said that he would be working with businessman Keith Overtone to develop OCC Roadhouse and Museum, a restaurant concept next to the newest Orange County Choppers location. The restaurant was planned to open in June 2021, based on pictures Paul Sr. shared on Instagram, and it seems like a very nice space. There are displays of exquisite motorcycles and a wide range of bike-related accessories, such hand washers with handlebar decorations wherever you look. Teutul's erstwhile business colleague Thomas Derbyshire made a significant financial contribution to the Orange County Choppers' resurgence. Derbyshire alleges that Teutul used the investment money on himself, going fishing against the show's production schedule, among other things. Derbyshire is suing for deception and wants to know exactly where his money is. Derbyshire stated that his business relationship with Teutul swiftly worsened when they were co-workers on the A&E program Orange County Choppers American Made in 2015. Teutul attempted to convert their 51 by 49% ownership agreement, which would have benefited Derbyshire, to a 50-50 arrangement. At that point, Derbyshire has committed to funding the project with up to $3 million. Even though Paul Senior's life is going fine these days, a few years ago, he wasn't in the best of financial or legal situations. Paul Teutul Senior filed for bankruptcy at the beginning of 2018, stating that his obligations exceeded his assets. Everyone thought Orange County Choppers' finances were in terrific condition, so this surprised them all. However, it seems that Paul Senior racked up a mountain of debt, including loans from retirement accounts, other creditors, and business associates. The incident garnered attention from the public and media, even though the case was purportedly a straightforward Chapter 13 bankruptcy. This led to a lot of conjecture over the accuracy of Paul's claims regarding his financial struggles. Nevertheless, Paul's plea to sell his possessions in order to pay his obligations was granted by the Southern District Bankruptcy Court of New York City at the beginning of 2019. Due to this, his estate had to be sold, along with valuable antiques like bulldozers and boats that were essential to the upkeep of the site. After the settlement, Paul Senior was debt-free, although not quite broke, and the matter was settled. As if that weren't obvious enough, Paul Senior was motivated to leave New York and go someplace sunny and free of all those issues by the whole judicial system and the financial struggles he had to endure. Shortly after departing from the OCC group, Paul Jr. made the decision to launch his own company. But none could have predicted the calamity that would strike next. Paul Jr. found himself in a dire predicament when he phoned a repair company to handle his leak in the garage. The workers perished on the garage floor after falling through while fixing the roof. Paul Jr. was limited to expressing his sympathies and providing assistance to the man's family. Because of a phony news source, Paul Sr. fell victim to one of the many celebrity death hoaxes that circulate. They brought up the horrifying instance of Paul Senior's double, who perished in a Louisiana motorbike accident. When the allegation began to go like wildfire, Paul Senior decided to use Facebook to convince people that it was false. It seems sense that Orange County Choppers' ardent fans would want to know whether American Chopper would ever return to television now that we know the program has a new home. The reason for this is unclear, since neither Pilgrim Films, the show's production company, nor Discovery have even hinted at a comeback. But fans' hopes were undoubtedly heightened when Paul Teutul Senior revealed that he remained in communication with the show's network.